Hey, welcome to a fresh new episode of the TD News Show and happy Friday to everybody. And now let's just don't waste any more time and let's get into the news. And let's start the episode with Intel because on Twitter, Raja Kaduri reveals the graphics processor for Intel's ZHPG based GPU series. The chip is labeled as DG2512, which confirms it has 512 execution unit. It is the flagship GPU from Intel that will be paired with 16 gigabytes of GDDR6 memory. He also revealed that the game optimizations still to take place in the future, which indicates that the launch is probably not happening very soon. And talking about Intel, it looks like that they are asking AMD for help. Well, not like that, I'm just over exaggerating a little bit. In Twitter, Raja Kaduri also said, or I think replied to somebody, that they are definitely gonna try in AMD's fidelity effects for their upcoming Intel GPUs. Although the reaction in the tech community is a little bit mixed, because for some it is looking good because they are saying that this is the first time that AMD is dabbled with this technology, and some other people, they are saying, well, it's the same as DLSS 1.0, it's Vaseline slapped onto your screen. For me, I think yes, it kind of looks like that, but it's a first try and it is better than DLSS 1.0. And I'm sure AMD will improve this technology day by day, and hopefully if Intel also tries it and if it becomes the whole industry standard, then it's really a good thing, to be honest, for the industry. Now, talking about AMD, we all know that AMD is switching things up with their upcoming generation of CPUs. First, their next generation CPUs are going to be on AM5 socket, and with this socket change, they are moving from PGA to LGA socket type. And if you don't know what PGA, LGA is, well, PGA, where all the CPU pins or the contact pins were in your CPU, but with LGA, the contact pins are on your motherboard. But now we got a leaked design for Zen Force IHS design, and it looks different than previous Ryzen CPUs. Well, to be honest, it kind of looks like Intel's IHS design. And also it looks like brands are kind of right now focusing on Linux. First, AMD is bringing their SmartShift technology to Linux, and if you don't know what SmartShift technology is, well, it's AMD implemented this kind of a power shifting technology with their notebooks. Well, depending on your system's demand, your CPU and GPU will get different amount of power. Well, to explain it simply, if you are doing a CPU intensive task, then your CPU will get more power than your GPU, and if you are doing GPU intensive task, your GPU will get more power than your CPU. And right now AMD is bringing this technology to Linux. On the other hand, Nvidia and Valve working together to bring DLSS to Linux via Stream Proton. Now, I really don't know why brands are suddenly focusing on Linux, but it's a good thing. It's a good thing for the Linux community because they have been overlooked for years and years. And there are reasons, because Linux is, a little bit hard to get for average people. But hey, it's a good news for the community. Like our quick news, it's a good thing. And I'm going to give you today's quick news. So let's talk about the quick news. AMD breaks 30% CPU market share in Stream's hardware survey. Intel's 12th Gen Core Alder to launch alongside next generation Windows this Halloween. Nintendo 3D 2021 Direct to air 15th June. Huawei officially launch Android alternative HarmonyOS for smartphones. Apple HomeOS mentioned in job listing. Twitter is launching local weather service with a paid subscription. AMC is giving free popcorn away to individual investors. Rimac unveils the production version of its 1900 HP electric hypercar. Microsoft to reveal its next generation Windows on June 24. The next God of War won't be out until 2022. YouTube will live stream Coachella 2022 performance. Now that was all for today's techie stuff. Now let's talk about some of the stuff I like, starting with Hugh Jackman's new movie Reminiscence, and it kinda reminds me of Inception mixed with Jake Gyllenhaal's source code. And it looks good, and it is coming from the creators of Westworld, which is amazing. If you haven't watched Westworld, give it a watch, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's action thriller. Next, Chris Hemsworth is looking absurdly ripped, like in Thor's set. Like the Chris Hemsworth shared a picture in Thor's set alongside with Taika Waititi, and boy, those biceps are looking thick as like all the memes that has been going around about Chris Hemsworth legs, that it's looking like a chicken leg. He's not giving his legs the focus that his legs needs. I mean, he's skipping leg days, but boy, oh boy, those biceps. And don't worry, Chris Hemsworth isn't skipping leg day. Pictures and a lot of things depend on that. Okay, so his legs are not that short as that it appeared on that picture. And lastly, Jupiter's Legacy has been cancelled by Netflix. Like, Jupiter Legacy was a good series. I really loved it. The Boys, then Invincible, Jupiter Legacy are going for that, same genre that emerged from Boys, and Netflix cancelled it. Like, it was good, and like, I don't understand why Netflix does that. They're gonna cancel it. They're not gonna give the IP to anybody. They're gonna like take the IP for as long as they want, and then they're not gonna do with that IP. I really don't understand Netflix, man. Like, Altered Carbon was amazing. So yes, the second season was a little bit lackluster. But hey, come on, you can make it good with the season 3. They cancel it. I really love the show Altered Carbon, man. But hey, Jupiter Legacy is cancelled. If you haven't seen Jupiter Legacy, just don't see it. It has a cliffhanger ending. So yeah, you have to wait for eternity to know about that cliffhanger. So just don't watch it. Even if it's good, just don't. Like this episode, you don't need to watch it anymore because this episode is ending. Yes, this is the end of this episode. This episode is ending. So if you like this video, hit the like button. If you don't, leave it a dislike. But remember, you'll hurt me right here. Oh my god. You can do whatever you want. And if you want to watch more videos from us, check out this video right here. And if you want to subscribe, well, do it by here. And there's Akash. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.